Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here, and welcome to what may be the final improvement or downgraded video of the series, and this is of course for League 1 downgraded players. Like I said, this may be the final predictions video that I do, considering that we have covered pretty much the 5 biggest leagues in the world now. But if you guys want me to do any other leagues like the Portuguese League, MLS, A-League, anything in particular, Russian League, then just let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, if it gets good enough response and enough people want it, then I'll be sure to do it. But without further ado, let's just get the biggest downgrade out of the way. And by biggest, I mean, you know, it's a big, very highly rated player that is going to get a downgrade, and that is more than likely going to be Falcao for Monaco. And yes, I do understand that he did get injured for a little bit, and again, that kind of further helps my argument. I am a pretty strong believer, you should know by now, that if you get injured and you miss a lot of football, it does hurt your rating a little bit in FIFA, and it just hurts your overall football in real life anyway. The guy played around about 20 or so games in League 1 and a few Copa America games as well, but he really only managed to score just under 10 or so goals. He didn't get any assists, got a lot of yellow cards as well, and he didn't actually get that good a rating on who scored anyway, not that that really matters. But yes, a 90 rating for Falcao after an amazing season for Atletico Madrid. He had to try to live up to that at Monaco. He hasn't really done that, and that's understandable. First season at a new club, in a new league, totally understandable. Maybe he can replicate that 90 rated form next season when he's fully fit, but I don't think he really played 90 rated, so I think he might get dropped down to an 88 come FIFA 15. Next up is Dribble C, and we all remember this guy, don't we? Of course, broke his leg horrifically in one game, I remember. That's what I most remember him for, but I know that he used to be pretty pacey and a pretty good striker back in the day too. Maybe not so much anymore. He is a 79 rated at the end of FIFA 14, non-rare that is. I think he might be 77 rated at the start of FIFA 15 after all, he played nearly over 20-25 games this season and only managed to get 3 goals and a few assists, but it wasn't really that great a season, so I don't think he'll be a 79 rated. I expect him to get dropped down by at least 2, the same as Falcao to 77. Next player coming up is a 35-year-old goalkeeper, Lanru, and he is, of course, you know, he's one of the older goalkeepers that is in League 1, and you know, Bastia didn't really have that great a defensive season. I mean, they conceded quite a fair bit, and, you know, he didn't have a lot of clean sheets this season. He is getting on a little bit, and even still, he's rated pretty highly at like an 81 at the end of FIFA 14. I expect to see him drop in below the 80s next season, probably about a 79. Again, a 2 overall decrease for a player. Now, for another goalkeeper that I think is going to get way more than just a 2 overall downgrade, it's going to be Steve Mandanda, the 83 rated at the end of FIFA 14 Marseille goalkeeper. I think he might even go down to a 79, below 80s when FIFA 15 drops, because he has had a very poor season, played nearly 50 games for Marseille and for France, in the Champions League as well, and he's just been very, very overall quite poor for Marseille as well. He's been known for being a pretty good goalkeeper back like a few seasons ago, but this season is almost a very, very different story. And you know, I believe his actual World Cup overall rating is like 77 or 78. He's dropped that much lower for his World Cup team, and I think, I don't really know if that's going to reflect massively when his actual FIFA 15 overall ranking for his club comes around, but I expect him that he might even be lower than an 80. I'm predicting around 79 or maybe just an 80, but I do think he will get a big downgrade. I'm predicting a 79 for Mandanda. Now moving on to a midfielder, this is going to be Cabaye for PSG, who recently moved across last season from Newcastle, the Judas fucking Kent. But anyway, moving along. Yeah, no, when he was playing for Newcastle, he was by far their best player. He was very, very good. He made about 17 or so appearances in that season, scored a fair few goals, got a good number of assists as well. But when he moved over to PSG, he played something like around about 10 or 15 games, maybe around about 15 games for PSG. He only managed to score the 1 goal in a Champions League game, and only managed a handful of assists. Didn't really stand out. He wasn't that good. He didn't look as good as what he was when he was at Newcastle, understandably, because he was playing at PSG. It's a big golfing class there. But anyway, I do think he might get a minor downgrade from an 82 to an 81 come FIFA 15. Now, for another player who was one of my favourite players in the game, has been for a while now, this is Lavezzi, who was 85 rated at the start of FIFA 14, at the end of FIFA 14 now. At the start of FIFA 15, I think he will get a downgrade to an 84. I know that again, just because it's a bit of a good, it's a kind of a good parameter of getting a look at what his overall may be in the future. He's 83 rated for his Argentina team in the World Cup add-on for Ultimate Team, but I don't think he will get an 83 in FIFA 15. I do think he may get downgraded to an 84 though, but it will be a very minor downgrade. As you can see, I haven't taken too much away from his stats. So yeah, I predict 84 for Lavezzi. Lavezzi, by the way, guys, is nearly 30 years of age. I couldn't believe it. I don't know how long ago I started watching this guy play football, but I remember him being a freak for, I think it was Napoli. and he's nearly 30 years of age. That blows my mind. Another player that's pretty highly rated, he's in the 80s at the end of FIFA 14, and I think he may get another big downgrade. Is going to be Rio Mavuba, and again, he played over 30 games this season, so he had plenty of football. He only managed to score a goal, which is, you know, understandable. He's kind of more of a central defensive midfielder, and but the really thing is he picked up a lot of yellow cards, didn't play well, only managed to get about 1 or 2 assists throughout the entire season. After 30 odd games of football, he is getting on a bit as well. He is 30 plus years of age as well, so I think he may get downgraded as well. Even his World Cup overall ratings going down a bit. I think he may go from an 81 non-rare to a 78 non-rare come FIFA 15. Second to last player coming up, guys, is going to be Dimitri Payet. Now, he was 80 rated non-rare at the excuse me, at the start of, or at the end of FIFA 14. Now, at the start of FIFA 15, I'm predicting he may get another 2 overall downgrade, like most of the players that have actually received in this video. A 2 overall downgrade to a 78. He did actually play a fair few games of football this season. He played, or last season, played over 40, managed to get a few goals, managed to get a few assists, but picked up nearly like 10 or so yellow cards, 2 red cards, and managed to get like not great ratings. And you know, he didn't actually win a man of the match or anything like that throughout the entire season. So he was there, he played, he scored a few goals, got a couple of assists, but wasn't all too spectacular. Not really an 80 rating. And Marseille, you can't say that they were the best teams this season, or previous season anyway. But yeah, I think that he may get a slight downgrade, maybe a 79 looking back on it, but I think he should get a downgrade, probably to about 78. And the final player I can see getting another downgrade, another minor one at that. This is going to be Clement Grenier for Lyon. Now, again, he played another good 40 odd games of football, managed to get, just like Payet, a handful of goals, handful of assists, not too many, picked up a fair few yellow cards and red cards, or only just one red card, sorry. And yeah, just apart from that, kind of had an average season, not too fantastic. And again, another very, very minor downgrade for Grenier, going from a 78 to a 77 when FIFA 15 dropped. And that is going to do it for this downgraded video, guys. Once again, put it in the comment section down below. If you have any leagues that you still want me to do, then let me know in the comment section down below, and if it gets enough support, I'll do one. But that is going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching this maybe potential final episode, but until the next time, guys, I'm your scam, the MasterBucks, and peace out. Bye-bye.